Okay, you want to make a book. That's great news. Uh-oh. But now you realize that in order to make a book, you need something. What do you need? You need an idea, right? That's the first thing you need to make a book. And everyone always asks me, where do you get your ideas? Where do your ideas come from? And they think, unfortunately, that it's actually hard to come up with ideas. But that's not true. It's not true at all. In fact, I'm here to prove that it's very easy to come up with an idea for a good book. And I'm going to show you where I get my ideas from. I get my ideas from 3 separate places. The first place where I get my ideas, this one's going to sound a little silly, but the truth is the first place that I get my ideas from is my brain. Now, that might seem ridiculous, but this is what I mean. Some of my ideas come from my brain. What I mean is that they come from things that I know. I lived in New York City for a long time. I grew up in New York City. I used to work in New York City. I went to school in New York City. So I know what people there eat. I know where they go to work. I know how they talk. I know a lot about that. I have a lot of knowledge about New York City. So I use that knowledge to write this book, Monsters in Manhattan. Okay, I used the knowledge that I already had to fill this story. Now guess what? I don't know anything about horses. Or actually, this is all I know. I know they have 4 legs, I know they have a mane, and I know that people like to ride them. That's it. That's not enough for a story. Okay? Now you might know a lot about horses, and that's great. So that would be a great place for you to find an idea for a story. Me, that would not be a great place for me to find a story. The second place that I get my ideas from is my eyes and my ears. Now what I mean by that is the people that I meet, the things that I hear them say, and the things that I see in my day-to-day life. And I'm going to prove how I do that. This book here, The Halloween Boy and the Christmas Kid. This book is based on 2 actual real boys. My son and his best friend were born on the same day and in the same hospital, which means they share the same birthday. But that's just about all they share. Because my son is obsessed with Halloween. He loves it. He celebrates it all year round. But guess what? His best friend doesn't like Halloween at all. In fact, he doesn't like it even a little. But he does like Christmas. And he celebrates Christmas all year round. 2 very different boys, 2 very real boys that gave me the idea for this book. Now another place where I got an idea from is my ears again, something that I actually heard. Everybody Wake Up is based on something I actually heard happen. I had a friend who had a 2-year-old daughter and a 2-month-old tiny baby. And one day the tiny baby was sleeping peacefully in her crib, and for no reason at all, the 2-year-old snuck up, took a deep breath, and screamed, "Everybody wake up," into the crib. The baby jumped and started crying. The mother got very, very mad, and I bust out laughing. But that's where I got the idea for this entire book, Everybody Wake Up, from something I actually heard happen. So if you look around you, I guarantee you that you're going to find interesting people that can give you ideas, or you're going to hear something during the day that might give you an idea for a story, or you're going to see something that might give you an idea for a story. Now, the third place where I find ideas for stories is going to sound very strange, but it is true. When I can't come up with a good idea for a story, and I've tried those first 2 options, I look to the third option. My butt. Now that sounds ridiculous, but it's totally true. Okay? When I can't find a good idea for a story, I go to something that works every single time. Butts, farts, and boogers. And you know why? Because all three of those things make people laugh. And so if I can't find a good idea, I just look in funny ideas like that in those three places. And that has given me stories like this, and stories like this, and actually a few more. Okay? So those are the three places where you can look for good ideas for good stories. Look in your brain, look in your eyes and ears, and if you're really desperate, search in your Bible.